And in sports, a new athletic field was donated to one of our neighboring cities from none other than the Los Angeles Dodgers. San Pedro Councilman Joe Buscaino was on hand as the field was open for the season. I sat down with the councilman who talks about his efforts to make a dream field a reality in Harbor City, as well as his love for the boys in blue.
It's great to know that the LA Dodger Foundation, the Dream Foundation, is in and wants to help. And this was something that we accomplished within 50 days of my administration. It really, having that relationship, the existing relationship with the Dodgers, I bleed Dodger blue, and I'm proud of that. And in fact, I'll share a story with you. In 1988, I was in the 8th grade, and when they had the Dodger parade in the South Hall, the south part of City Hall, when the team was there, I was there with my cousin Peter. When Tommy Lasorda raised the championship trophy, it was I'll never forget that day. Now I work at City Hall, but Tommy Lasorda, I'll never forget, said how sweet it is to taste the fruits of victory, and here we are, really reaping from the fruits of victory at Harbor City, and it just goes back to that partnership and that dedication that the Dodgers have to give back to the Los Angeles community. You know, I come from the police department. I worked LAPD for 15 years. And, you know, our parks and recreation facilities are part of that public safety component. Is if kids don't have a safe place to go to, where do they end up? They end up in the streets. They end up causing problems, causing crime, committing crimes. So something that really focused on and talking to thousands of people across the district to get to where I'm at today is that was my story, my experience of making sure that kids have a safe place to go to, whether it's at a local Boys and Girls Club or a YMCA or a YWCA or a rec and park facility. It's something that I will continue to champion, ensure that we have proper funding for. If we don't have proper funding for it, we're going to turn to our partners, our corporate partners across the city to make it happen.
And the Dodgers Dream Foundation will hold its annual golf tournament right here at Trump National. That will be Thursday, June 14th. For more information, you can always go to Dodgers.com. And speaking of Trump National, we know the golf is always world-class, but what you may not know is they also have a world-class chef. I had a chance to sit down with Pierre, who talks about his journey to the Peninsula.
Well, my mother was born in La Habana, Cuba, and then she was raised in New York, in the Bronx. Okay. And then my father's from Paris, and he grew up in Caracas, Venezuela.
You speak 5 languages. You have lived all over the world, places like, let's see, France, Greece, Italy, Spain, Morocco. How did you end up here, and how did you get to Trump?
Well, Trump, actually, it's a funny story. I was actually doing a lot of work in part-time in the Trump International. Okay. And my buddy there was the GM back then, and then he, after a while, he called me one day. He said he was doing some work in Washington, D.C., and said, I could use your help. So I flew over there and then checked out the club, and it seemed like it had a great amount of potential. I helped out a lot, and then they said that we like you so much. They had an opportunity here. I came out, I cooked for a couple of days, and they liked the food.
All right, you have a lot of theme nights going on here at Trump over the last, maybe about the last year now?
Yeah, probably about the last year or so.
Yeah, just talk about how you put them together and how you decided which themes you would have.
I put them together in the sense of everywhere I've lived. Okay. Or everywhere I've been, I sort of learned the culture, had a grasp of the food and the product, and then just kind of put it together. Okay. And all these places I went to, I learned it authentic. So that way, when I do these theme nights, they're really, really, really authentic in the sense that it's like you're there.
So in a situation like Moroccan food or French food, what is the one thing that we would be surprised to know about the way maybe that you're preparing these dishes?
I think the interesting part of it is that I know the indigenous ingredients that they have over there, and I'm able to get them here. Okay. So that's how I can make the dishes so distinctive and to the culture, essentially. It has to do with the ingredients that you have around you, and utilizing the ingredients that you have around you to make your own dishes, essentially. You know, and that's what I've done here. I've gotten together with all my companies that give me my products to use, and they tell me what they have in season, and I look at it, I taste it, I cook with it, and then that's how the dishes come alive.
And now it's time to find out what's going on this month in our community. It's Building and Safety Month in the city of Rancho Palos Verdes, so come by the building division at RPV City Hall and find out more about the permit process, disaster preparedness, pool and spa safety, fire safety, and more. Bring the kids along and receive free handouts, goodie bags, coloring books, and balloons. For more information, you can always go to the website at palosverdes.com/RPV. And on May 13th at 3 p.m., the Peninsula Symphonic Winds presents a concert at the Norris Pavilion. It's called A Playlist for the Ages. Now, the orchestra concert will delight all ages as well. For more information, you can go to palosverdes.com/Peninsula Winds. And finally, the Palos Verdes Street Fair is right around the corner, June 9th and 10th to be exact. And if you would like to sign up for the chili cook-off or a cupcake competition, or how about the best pie on the hill competition, or how about being a judge for any of these events, you need to sign up quickly because the spots are limited and they are filling up fast. Sounds good to me. For more information, you can always go to pvstreetfair.com. And that will do it for us. For everyone here at RPV TV, make it a good day.